Hi everyone, it is Sister Foulk, and I just wanted to create a little video for you that will hopefully be helpful this week as you're getting started and learning what this course is like in iLearn and the different resources that you are going to need to be successful in this course. Most of this information is covered in writing if you've read through everything in the class, but I wanted to provide some visual backup to help you make sure you can locate everything you need and answer some common questions about Facebook. Why are we using it in a class? And a few other things that you're probably going to have questions about, like the Adobe Suite, when you need to purchase that, and what's the deal with that. Okay, so first of all, we're going to get started by talking about the class here in iLearn. All right, so this should look familiar. Here's the course. Make sure that you have access to it. You should all have access to it by this point. In the video that I sent out and the email, I mentioned that you need to look at the overview page in order to find the link to your Facebook page. That's one thing that's not quite easy to find. You come up here to content, and then on the left-hand column, there is going to be an overview. You're going to click on this and scroll down a little bit, and here is the link to the Facebook group. You can click on this, and this is going to take you to our class Facebook page. All right, yes, you do have to join our class Facebook page because it is what we use to provide each other with critiques on our project in a few weeks. So once we start in the projects, you will be posting drafts of your projects to Facebook, and then you'll be giving critiques to your fellow students. The layout on here is a lot easier because we get a lot of visual representation of what your projects look like, and that's kind of missing a little bit in iLearn. So this is going to be a very helpful tool for us, and definite participation is required there. Okay, here's the information about me. I do have office hours. You are free to meet with me Tuesday nights, or if that is not a possibility for you, send me an email and I will see what I can do to meet with you at another time. I have a virtual office, and the link for that is here. Another helpful resource is that we have tutoring for this course. Tutoring is super awesome because they can meet with you for larger amounts of time, up to an hour. I think you can do it 2 or 3 times a week even. So if you find yourself struggling, especially once we're working with the actual Adobe programs, this is an amazing resource. You're going to come down here to tutoring, and then there's a link that you will fill in your information and say which course that you need tutoring for, and they will meet with you in Adobe Classroom. If you're on campus, you have the additional resource of being able to swing by Spory 107, which is the communication lab. That's Spory 107, and all those computers have the Adobe Suite on them, which is really helpful. So you can use that, you can talk with the tutors there, and they will be able to answer your questions as well. All right, so let's jump back to the course, and we will take a look at, for example, week 1. All right, so here's our first week in the class. You should have access to this, except my lesson notes. You won't see that part. But everything underneath, the questions and conversations, this is just making sure that you've joined the Facebook group. Later, you will see things that ask if you've participated on a weekly basis, and those apply mostly to later on in the semester. So don't worry about those when it comes to week 2 or week 3. As long as you've joined, then you're set for the first couple of weeks, okay? What you will need to do is participate in the discussion board. So here is where I'm going to post some questions, give some type of thing that you need to do on a weekly basis. This week it is to create a weekly introduction video introducing yourself and your relationship with design, why you're in this class, what you know about it already, what you hope to learn, and hopefully a little bit about you. If you have any landmarks coming up this semester, I'd love to know about those. Okay, so this is where you will do that. Later on in the semester, you will use Facebook for the actual assignment of providing draft critiques to your fellow student. But early on in the semester, this is where our questions and our conversations will happen here in iLearn, okay? So hopefully that makes sense. Facebook is for your projects, for draft critiques. iLearn discussion board is for discussions, questions you may have with your fellow students, questions you may have with me, any resources you want to post. Like, for example, if you come across a really cool list of typefaces never ever to use under no circumstances, post that here and your fellow students will benefit from that. Okay, so this is helpful, and then underneath that you are going to find information like what is due on a weekly basis. For example, this week you have 2 assignments that are due, 2 quizzes. Generally in the class you will have 2 due dates, which are Wednesday night at midnight and Saturday night at midnight. Make sure that you have your assignments turned in before those due dates and have a little alarm go off in your brain when Wednesday's coming up, you probably have something due. When Saturday is coming up, you probably have something due. Okay, so one thing you want to make sure you're also checking out on a weekly basis is the announcements. This is where I'm going to provide some really helpful information. Let's see, like what I'm looking for on your assignments, things you might be forgetting that I want to help you out with, short videos that I will provide you with tips or things I'm noticing that everyone is missing. So that will be here in the announcements. Make sure you check these out on a weekly basis because this is really where I'm going to provide you with some helpful information for your success in the class. So those are some of the places that you should get used to checking out: the discussion board and the announcements, primarily later on in the semester Facebook. Okay. On Facebook, something interesting to know is you will be creating a WordPress blog, which is where you will post your assignments. You are going to comment and put a link to your homepage of your blog on this post. If you're checking this post out on your phone, make sure that you click View Pinned Post because this post will stay at the top here on Facebook all the time. But if you're on your phone, you need to click View Pinned Post in order to be able to see it. This way, as the semester progresses, you guys can check out each other's projects. It's going to be super easy. You're just going to click on the link that is underneath this post. Okay, so I think that is pretty much it. If later on in the semester you're finding yourself having difficulties with finding information, we do provide some helpful videos. Those usually won't start until you get into the projects. So I don't know if week 3 will have any. Nope, week 3 doesn't have any yet. So let's go and take a look at maybe week 8 or so. You'll be working in Adobe InDesign, Illustrator, and Photoshop in this course. You'll be making a 3-page magazine spread. You will be creating an icon set and also coming up with an ad. So it's going to be really amazing, cool things you can walk away with and put in your portfolio. All right, so let's see. Got to find a week that has these videos. Okay, helpful Illustrator videos. So some weeks you may see this, you'll click on it, and there may or may not be videos here. The week that we do Photoshop, there are a ton of videos that we have created as instructors. Illustrator, it doesn't look like there are any. So if you don't see any helpful videos here, it's just because we haven't had a lot of questions about particular tools. So let's go back and take a look at the Photoshop week, and you'll see that there's a lot more videos there. So I just wanted to point that out so you don't think that there's something wrong if there aren't videos popping up. It's just that we create them based on student questions, okay? So here is that resource. There will be videos created in the content for the class that are actually in the lesson and the assignment as well. You can take a look at those. Depending on whether you're using a Mac or a PC, there may be slight variations. There also may be slight variations depending on whether you're using Adobe Creative Cloud or if you're using an older version like version 5 or version 6 of the Adobe programs. So there's slight variations. If you find that there's a tool that you don't quite know how to work and a video isn't answering the exact question, you can Google and just put into YouTube looking for a video with saying whether you're using a Mac or a PC, and that'll help since we're all on different computers with different setups. And we'll do our best on the videos that we create to say if you're on a Mac, do this, if you're on a PC, do that. But that can be helpful later on in the semester too, to just remember that we might be using different setups on the computer and have different versions of the programs. So if you have any questions about that, you can always email me and I will try to respond to your technical questions, as well as getting with the tutor can be helpful for those technical questions as well. Okay, so I think that is about it. Thanks for checking out this video. Oh, Adobe Programs. I have an update coming about that pretty shortly. We're hoping to get a good deal for you guys if you don't already have the program, so just hang tight and I'll keep you posted what the deal is going to be there. Okay, so hopefully this was helpful and I look forward to working with you throughout the rest of the semester. Have a great day.